Okay, Bezat Hashem. What can I tell you that I haven't told you yet?
Many things.
So, Bezat Hashem, Rabbeinu is telling us that in every generation you need to find the point of truth that is connected to the heart of the generation. In every generation there is a righteous man that is building the Mishkan. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, if he would be here, he wouldn't fit. He wouldn't be able to communicate. If you would bring Rabbi Nachman of Breslev today to come and to give lectures, he wouldn't make more than 200 students, 500 students in the Breslev shul. It is still Rabbi Nachman of Breslev. Every generation got his leader, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu chose that leader to lead that generation. And we need to find that righteous man that is able, the rabbi of that generation, the leader, the guide, the one that can give you the ashpa'ah, the shefa, to influence on you, to give you purity, to talk to you. In the generation of Avraham Avinu, they had to have Avraham Avinu to talk to them because he knew exactly what happened over there in that generation. If he wouldn't come from the house of his father, that they were worshipping idols over there, and he knew that his father was building those statues. He knew that he was working and making them. He knew that those were boulders 2 hours ago, those were trees, woods. He knew that it's nonsense. He knew that his father was an angry person with bad attributes, just making those things for honor, for money. He knew the background of all of that scam, and so it couldn't affect him. When his father was selling those statues, those products to people, he looked at his father and he said to himself, my father is lying to all of his customers, my father is stealing their money, he's doing things, nothing. So also today you need to have someone that came from inside, that he knows exactly where the lie is holding and where the truth is, what is working and what is not, what brings you life, what doesn't, what makes you happy, what builds you, what destroys you. Because someone else that he doesn't have those eyes, he's going to look at this generation and he's going to fall to mistakes. This is why we can also see huge righteous people. And I'm talking about huge, real righteous people, people that are amazing. We're dedicating the Shiur L'ilui Nishmat HaTzadeket Chana Pashe Bat Rebbe Shlita. We're doing a huge favor to her soul. Hashem is helping us to bring her to her holy place in heaven. Even huge righteous people, they don't have the ability to deal with this world. Today in this generation you have to have someone that feel the tension and the heat, that can understand the heretics of this generation. Someone that can understand what happens to people when they're falling. Someone that can realize what's going on with people's life in Shalom Bayit. You talk to a person that he can understand you, like Rabbeinu is saying in the Sipurei Ma'asiyot, he understands one thing from the other. You don't need to explain. You don't need to explain to him. You sit with him and he sees you clear. For him you're like water. It's all clear. He just sees through you. He just understands exactly what's going on in your life. He got that eyes. So we all need to find someone like that will be able to bring us to the purpose. And only a person like that can understand how to guide us, because that when he was standing in those situations of the lie, so he didn't accept it. He was fighting against it, and Hashem liked his fight. So Hashem chose him, and Hashem gave him those eyes, and Hashem gave him that heart, and Hashem gave him the ability to guide us. Because If Hashem lo yishmor ir, if Hashem will not going to watch over him, if Hashem not going to help him to be that angel that he is, he will never going to succeed. Even a prophet, he didn't achieve his prophecy just because that he was a prophet. No, Hashem was talking to him in that day. If Hashem wouldn't talk, he was just wandering and walking all around the forest and hoping for Hashem, like many years before that was his Hitbodedut. You go, you talk to Hashem, you ask Hashem, please. One day suddenly, in Hashem nigla alav, and suddenly Hashem appears on him. Hashem revealed himself on him. Avraham was going every morning to stand in front of Hashem. Great, in that place that was comfortable for him, a quiet place, an empty place, a lot of birds, you could see the sky from there, there was a huge view over there, it was open, it was nice, his soul was expanding over there, he felt good, every day he went. But one day, V'hinei Hashem nitzav alav, boom, suddenly Hashem came down on him, revealed himself. It wasn't Avraham that saw Hashem. It was Hashem showing himself to Avraham. Hashem revealed himself to Avraham. Why? Because he saw that avanim shachaku mayim, that water can break the stones. Even that stones are so much stronger than the water. You throw a stone into the water are running away from the stone. The stone is stronger. You put the stone, the water moves. Who is stronger? The stone. But in the end, Rabbi Akiva went and he saw the hole inside of the rock, inside of the stone, because the water were dripping, one fall and another, one drop and another drop, falling and falling and falling. He says, look, the stubbornness of the water, the fact that they were consistently coming again and again and again and didn't give up, that is their power. And then even that you're so soft and you're so tired and you're so weak and your hands are shaking like mine, but Hashem Yitbarach can give you powers to bend iron. There is a story on Rabbi Nachman of Breslev. Rav Aaron, his helper, told that amazing story. I never heard a story like that in my life. That Rabbi Nachman, he had a prohibition to go to sleep. He was not allowed to go to sleep. One time when he was young, he met the Rabbi Aaron of Belz, the Belz Rebbe, Rabbi Aaron HaGadol. And they were talking Divrei Torah. Rabbi Nachman said some Dvar Torah to Rabbi Aaron of Belz, and Rabbi Aaron looked at him and told him, with a brain like yours, you're not allowed to let it rest. You're not allowed to give your mind a rest. It's not allowed to rest. So how that story been revealed? That's one time Rabbi Nachman had crazy headaches. So his helper told him, Rabbi Aaron told him, here, I'm going to give you some painkiller, some. So he told him, no, I'm not allowed to. He told him, sleeping pills, something, you need to rest, you're suffering so much. He told him, no, I cannot, I'm not allowed. He told him, why? He said, because I'm not allowed to sleep. He told him, and it's going to take me to sleep. He told him, why? He said, because Rabbi Aaron of Breslev told me that I'm not allowed to let my brain rest. All of his life, he never went to sleep. He was lying in his bed and he was thinking hard and he was brainstorming the world. He never went to sleep. Never, ever in his life went to sleep. Go to sleep? No, it was not exist. He went to bed, he let his body rest, but the brain was working, all of the time was working. So one time, and so Rav Aaron said that a lot of times in the nights, he had to change his clothing, his pajama, his clothes. Why? Because he was sweating in the nights, because he was thinking so hard. And he was, if you're going to read his books, you understand. Rav Shalom Arush told me that angels cannot understand his Torah. You read, okay, it's beyond Kabbalah. Even in Kabbalah, you have something that you can go with. Okay, a lot of people are learning Kabbalah. They can find themselves in the limud. You can learn Kabbalah somehow. But his books you can't understand. He's moving apartments. You see him here, and then he's there, and then he's a Chassid. Suddenly he's a Sfaradi. He's talking about Kabbalah. He's talking about this, or the tradition and stories, and suddenly songs and okay. So one night, Rav Aaron said that he had to change his clothes. Now I don't remember, but I remember the number. Something more than 10 times. More 10 times in that night. He was all sweaty. All of his clothes was wet, completely wet, and the air condition was on, and everything was like that. But he just watered all of his clothes. So. Rav Aaron asked him what happened. So he told him, I had a dream. I had a very complex dream. So I asked him what you dreamt. So he told him, I was walking in the city, and I saw a huge atar bniya, building site, construction site. And I saw workers working and making such amazing buildings, and I was standing over there and I was very impressed for what that all of those builders are doing. And suddenly the manager, the boss over there came to me and told me, hey, why are you standing here? Do something with yourself. Why are you standing wondering? Work, do something. So I asked him, what should I do? So he gave me like a steel beam, and that was very thick, and he told me you need to bend it. So I was working very hard to bend that steel beam, and he said, and this is why I was sweating. So to understand his dream, to understand. You can be so weak, like Rabbi Nachman that he said the Nazis broke my back. He wasn't able to bring children to the world. He was a broken old person, 90 years old, and he's bending irons, working hard, sweating in bed, and thinking about Hashem. Never goes to sleep. One day Rav Aaron said, in the end of his life, few years of his life, he was on a wheelchair. Rav Aaron said there was no reason. Always he said, the Nazis broke my back. But he was working for 50 years, 60 years of his life he was working. It's not like he was crippled or something, he was limited. It was just one day he was home, he told Rav Aaron to bring him a wheelchair, and he sat on the wheelchair, and that's it. He accepted it on himself somehow. He done that. He just decided that from now on he's gonna sit in a wheelchair. Just took it on himself. So one day he went to we're in Canada now, so because of Rabbi Nachman. So he went to the washroom. In Canada we're more polite. So he went to the washroom, and suddenly Rav Aaron heard a huge noise of falling or something like that, and he went to the way hall, yes, מסדרון, איך אומרים? corridor, hallway, yeah, hallway, yes, and he saw the wheelchair on one side, and Rabbi Nachman on the floor. He fell from the wheelchair, so he brought him back up, he helped him, everything, and then he asked him what happened. So he told him after a few days or whatever. No, it was in the same day. He told him, I was fighting with the Samech Mem. I was fighting with the devil. No, in the beginning he told him it was the Nazis. It was the Nazi. He was always hiding what he was doing. He told him it was the Nazis, and so Rav Aaron told him the Nazis finished for 70 years ago. No Nazis here in Bnei Brak. What are you talking about? So he told him, no, it was the Nazis, it was the Nazis. After a few hours of discussion, he told him what's happened. So he told him, I had a fight with the Samech Mem, with the devil. So Rav Aaron looked at him, so he told him, you don't believe me? Look. And he took off his shirt and showed him that he had 3 scratches on his ribs. You can't understand. Can't understand those things. You don't understand people. You can never understand the the reality of the world, because the world is not real, just the world got layers. And you can find the truth in every layer, in every level. You find the truth. This is why we need someone to guide us in this generation that's going to tell us the will of Hashem today. This is why you, as an individual, must have Hitbodedut every day. Because yesterday's conclusion that were 100% absolutely right will not necessarily going to be the truth of today. Because yesterday it was for sure the right thing to go and sit and learn Torah, and that was the right conclusion. It brought you to a huge success yesterday. It was a wonderful day. But today your wife, she really needs you, and it's a different reality. And Hashem going to test you today what you're going to do with your free choice today that your wife, she needs your help. And it might be that the answer to go and learn also today exactly like tomorrow will not going to be the same. It won't be the real, won't bring you to the right results. And if you're going to try to do that when you're going to come back home, also in the Beit Midrash, you're already going to feel that it's not the same as yesterday. And when you're going to come back home, for sure you're going to understand that now Hashem going to talk to you, now Hashem going to explain to you exactly what was your problem. Because Hashem wants you to come to seek for Him, to look for Him. And we need to understand that Hashem Yitbarach is with us always. And I'm going to explain to you why. Because even in the worst situations of them all, really, in the hardest times of them all, the person just, I don't know what, Chas v'Shalom, lo alenu, lost his daughter. But Hashem is with him. Hashem never leaves you. You cannot understand it. You might come to horrible thoughts, to think, oh, Hashem is not with me anymore. No, but the truth is, from the side of the truth, that Hashem is with you. Hashem is hugging you, Hashem gives you life, Hashem is supporting you, Hashem going to send you your friends and the right people. You're going to have your supervision, personal supervision, to bring people to you, to condole you, to support you, to build you, to give you advice, to feed you, to help you, a lot of things going to show you that Hashem is really over there with you. Even that the worst of the worst just happened to you, Hashem never leaves you. Hashem never leaves the person, and the person needs to understand it and to follow that and to go into that. Think now about a soldier in the war. Okay, he lost his arm. Something horrible happened to him. If he now gonna look for his arm, he's gonna lose his life. If you just now lost your business, you have to take care of your family now. You cannot run after your business down to hell. You have to stop the bleeding. You cannot focus in the hand. You have to keep the rest of your body function. You need to stop the bleeding now. Chas v'Shalom, a person lost his daughter. Okay, now it's time to take care of your wife and the rest of the children, because if not, it's all dead. So even in life, even in faith, even when you seek for Hashem Yitbarach, even if Hashem is showing to you that you lost your Torah, that you lost your tefillah, that you don't pray, that you lost your purity, your holiness, you lost your eyes, you lost you lost your faith, you need to stick to Hashem. You have to hold on to what that you have. This is the full half of the cup. You spilled half of your water. Hey, if you're going to cry on that, you're going to lose that also. We're not crying on milk that's been spilled. You don't cry on something that you lost. But I lost my business. Alright, so that's the time to start making more money. Now start thinking how you're going to support your family, how you're going to pay your rent. That's the right way to think. So Hashem Yitbarach, He's always there. Even if the worst came, Hashem never leaves you. So when you understand that Hashem never leaves you, you don't have anything to be worried about. Because all of the creation, Chai, Tzomeach, Domem, Medaber, life, growing, how you call all of that? There is a name for all of that, all of parts of creation. Chai, live creatures, creations. Tzomeach, things that are growing, all kinds of fruits, vegetables, leaves, trees. Domem,
Dormant?
still, Domem, What?
Plant, animal, mineral.
Minerals it calls?
דומם למיneral.
Not alive.
Medaber, talking, all of the creations.
Inanimate.
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 Inanimate. Thank you. All of those parts of the creation are they are feedback to you. They're communicating with you. They're bringing back feedback to you, corresponding to how that you are crowning Hashem Yitbarach on yourself. When you're crowning Hashem Yitbarach on yourself completely, all of the creation gonna love you. Cat's gonna come to talk to you in your Hitbodedut, and bunny rabbits gonna surround you when you're doing Hitbodedut in the field, and you're just gonna hear birds singing with you. Rabbeinu is saying the grass will join you in his tefillot, in his prayers. All of the creation is gonna sing with you. Your wife gonna support you, gonna love you. Your children are gonna appreciate you, gonna give you feedback and everything. And you're gonna give charity, and you're gonna see blessings in Parnasah. You're gonna have miracles. You're gonna see that Hashem is with you, backing you up. The creation gonna respond to your good deeds. But if you're messing up, if you're not crowning Hashem, you're now angry at Hashem, you're now saying no, Hashem is this, and you're talking Lashon Hara. So the creation gonna show you, dogs gonna bark on you, cars almost gonna hit you, you're gonna lose some money, you're gonna find yourself, whoa, what's going on, and what I'm gonna do with this? Because Hashem Yitbarach gonna show you, hey, you're not with me. So you lost your help from heaven, you lost your siyata dishmaya. When you're with Hashem, Hashem is with you. When you lose Hashem, Hashem is showing that to you because He wants you to come back. So He's gonna send all of those hints. So all of those things that happens to a person in his life are not really important because they're only messengers to guide you to the main purpose of your life, to have unity with Hashem Yitbarach, to nullify yourself completely to Hashem Yitbarach. So when you're there, when you have Hashem Yitbarach with you, so in that moment, you achieve the purpose and the goal and the mission of your life. You're there already. The highest level of them all is Da lifnei mi ata omed. Know in front who you're standing. Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In front of King of all kings, the one that is on top of all of the creation. The lowest level of faith, again, lowest level of faith is that there are no people at all. That enod milvado. That it's all Hashem. That's the lowest level of faith. It's not a high level of faith, it's faith. That's faith. When still, oh my enemy, oh my friend, oh my wife, and you're all excited, you live in an imaginary world because only Hashem gives her life. Only Hashem brought him now to stand in front of you. And only Hashem put those thoughts inside of his mind. And only Hashem made him tell you those amazing, inspiring words just now. So it's only Hashem Yitbarach talking to you through speakers, through puppets. And you need to appreciate that. If now you got some present, if you're just gonna tear the package and gonna throw it and oh nice thing and you go with that, it's a very disgusting behavior, you know. Also there is a way to open the package that you receive and to respect that piece of paper also, and the person that folded it and worked on it. It was a seller, she received money, she been paid for that. No, you be a human being with no connection to who that she is and what that she was doing. You need to know how to behave. You smoked a cigarette, you need to know what to do with the filter. You don't throw it somewhere and who cares about that.
Thank you.
That's not the right way. You drank something, okay, you don't throw the can, you don't throw the cup, you don't do that. You put it in the garbage, you put it in the place. You use it with manners, with honor, with dignity. That's an honorable person gonna drink his cup of coffee and gonna throw the cup and gonna move on in life to his next meeting with the Prime Minister? No. If so that's hell. Rabbi Nachman of Breslev said even kings and ministers should send their children to learn manners from me. And he wasn't British, Rabbi. No, he born in Ukraine. But he was an honorable person. He was a noble personality. He just had honor to every detail of the creation, because he realized that Hashem Yitbarach now gave me that table. So I'm going to appreciate that. So I'm going to love it because Hashem gave it to me. And I'm going to have appreciation to every person, to every creation, because it's the way that Hashem Yitbarach is talking to me. And if you don't have that faith that you see Hashem Yitbarach inside of the creation, so you're disconnected from reality. You're in a dream. You're hallucinating. You're not a believer. You don't see the truth of reality, of creation, that's really it all Hashem. And that's it. And there is nothing except of Him. So when you have emet, when you have truth, so you have the vessel to receive the truth of faith from the righteous people. But when you have emet la'amita, when you achieve the real truth, so then you became to be a vessel to receive the truth of Hashem. You don't need to follow righteous people to tell you what to do. You don't need their advice. You already received their advice. When you were in the level of truth, you received their advice that you should look for the real truth always. And then when you got to that level that you look for the real truth, then you're with Hashem. Then righteous people are going to start being your obstacles in Avodat Hashem. They're going to try to mislead you, because for sure you're not going to fall from imaginary world of lies and fashion and fame and glory and money and honor. Those things will never going to move you from faith. So you need, Yetzer Hara needs to confuse you somehow. So he's going to send righteous people to argue with you, to be cholkim on you, to fight with you, to tell you you're wrong, to tell you you upset me, to tell you you're damaging. That's going to be your higher level of struggle against your power of imagination. That righteous people now are against you, cholkim alav, trying to tell him no, and they're trying to hold you back. But you always need to look for the real truth. Like that I said to Rav Shalom, I told him, is it true that you taught me, you told me that it's my mission with no connection to you now? Now, let's talk about me for a second. Is it true that you told me all of those years that I was learning with you, I was holding your hand, I was mishamesh otcha, I was helping you, I done everything, I sacrificed myself to him. I gave myself completely. And I asked him, is it true that the conclusion, bottom line, the conclusion, real conclusion of everything that you taught me is that my mission is to bring all of the world to do tshuva? Is it so? He told me yes. So I told him, okay, so from now on I'm going to do it even if you're going to tell me not to. I'm going to follow you no matter what you're going to tell me. Like Elisha told Eliyahu Hanavi, where are you going? Eliyahu Hanavi told him, no, listen, you cannot follow me anymore. He told him, I'm going with you. I don't care. Eliyahu, your rabbi, just told you, don't go with me, you're not allowed to. He kept on walking. He just kept on walking. And if Eliyahu Hanavi would scream at him, so he would wait another 2 minutes and then keep on walking. Like Rabbi Natan said, even if Rabbeinu gonna hit me with a beam of wood and gonna tell me, don't be with me in Rosh Hashanah, I will hide until the eve of Rosh Hashanah, I'm gonna enter to Shiur. What do you mean not to be with you in Rosh Hashanah? Are you kidding me? For sure I'm gonna be with you in Rosh Hashanah, because I know that you are the Rosh Hashanah. So if there's a mission, in the funeral of the granddaughter of Rav Shalom, after the funeral I was crying like a baby for sure, like always. And he was in his car, some driver's car, and I walked close to his car, and he opened the dark window, and he looked at me, and I told him, I'm sorry. So he told me, don't be. I wish that all of my students would understand the purpose of life like that you did. And I wish that all of my students gonna do what that you're doing. Don't give up. Just keep on doing. Chaim was with me over there. That's reality. Now everyone can talk and everyone can walk and everyone can rock and everyone better to be lishtok. That's gonna be the best for them. Be quiet. You know you haven't achieved what that I achieved. That's the truth. You know that you don't have what that I have. So why to fight? Why to fight with someone that is stronger than you? Fight with someone your age. Thank you. Chazak u'baruch.